Hey family, it's good to talk to you again today. I thought today that I would do something that I did a few weeks ago, which is bring you an unscripted devotional. So I've prepared a few things, but I have not written out everything like I normally do. The hymn that I've chosen for today is Come Ye Disconsolate. It is a 19th century hymn written by a guy named Thomas Moore, an Irish poet named Thomas Moore. And then, so in our hymnal, the first two stanzas are written by Thomas Moore. The third stanza is really sort of rewritten. So it's sort of based on Thomas Moore's words, but it was rewritten by a guy named Thomas Hastings to sort of update the language for American evangelical worship. And that was done in 1831. And there's a lot of really great messages in this hymn, but the first of which is to sort of know and understand that all the barriers between us and God have been broken down in the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. There's one term in here that we don't normally see. It always sort of happens when we have hymns that use archaic language like this one. And the term in this hymn is mercy seat. Mercy seat, and the way it's used here is come to the mercy seat, fervently kneel. Mercy seat is a term that means the lid, literally the cover of the Ark of the Covenant in First Temple Judaism. In First Temple Judaism, on one day of the year, the Day of Atonement, you might know it as Yom Kippur. On that Day of Atonement, the high priest, a single person, was allowed to go into the Holy of Holies, which is the innermost part of the temple, and say God's name, say God's actual name, which some might refer to as the Tetragrammaton name of God, the four-letter name of God. He was able to walk into the Holy of Holies, say God's actual name, and sprinkle the blood of the sacrifice onto the mercy seat to atone for the sins of the nation of Israel. We know today in the 21st century that Jesus Christ was the ultimate sacrifice for us. We no longer have to make atonement, have to make a blood sacrifice, because Jesus Christ was that blood sacrifice for us, for all the sins of mankind. All that to say, as we consider the level of comfort and hope that we really need right now, we need to remember that there are no barriers between us and God, that where two or more are gathered, God is there, that where one is, the Holy Spirit is with us always. Come ye disconsolate, where ye languish, come to the pure from above. Come to the feast of love. Come, ever knowing. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can So I know I made some mistakes just then, but I'm not worried about that. After all, I'm not a pianist, and you know that I'm not a pianist. But music ministry family, I wanted to just leave you with the thought of hope and healing that is in this hymn. Earth has no sorrow that heaven cannot heal. I'll see you soon. Some of you I'll see in person. Some of you I'll see online. I just want to remind you of our Zoom meeting tomorrow at 6:30 p.m., and you'll get a link to that. So I will see you soon, and in the meantime, keep washing your hands.